Anoka Tornadoes, moments away from taking on the Centennial Cougars. It's the number 1 seed versus the number 3. And tonight it's going to be a barn burner. You're going to see some offensive explosion. You've got Podani, who's been playing well each game. As the season gets longer, he gets stronger. He's averaging 27 points a game. And that's a team and a player they're going to need to stop, that being the Cougars. And that's in section play. Meanwhile, for the Cougars, they have a couple of scores. One you have to keep your eye on is Dreesen. He's averaging 24 points a game throughout the regular season. But these teams both want to get to the state tournament. Why? Centennial has never been to the basketball state tournament. And for the Tornadoes, it was last time, 1993, the last time that the Tornadoes have had a chance to not only win the section, but advance to the state championship. That's what's coming up next. A lot of sweat equity, a lot of excitement coming your way. Anoka taking on Centennial for the section championship, coming your way here on QCTV. Centennial Cougars taking on the Anoka Tornadoes in the Section 7 4A championship tonight here from Anoka High School. We're joined by the Centennial head coach and Coach Waldvogel. Coach, a chance for you to get to that state tournament for the first time ever for Centennial.
Yep. Yeah, it's we haven't been in this game in 19 years, and like I said, we've never been to the state tournament, and we're hoping this year we can change that, so making history.
Hey, you've put a dynamic win in overtime against Blaine to get here. And Spencer, what did you find out about your team during that game and through the season?
That game, it kind of depicted the whole year for us. These guys are fighters. We fight till the end. Whether no matter who we're playing, we always knew we were going to fight till the end. And our team motto is playing hard for 36. And we needed 40 minutes that night to win, but, always playing hard for every minute we're on the floor.
What's your plan tonight here for your team? Offensively, otherwise getting that ball in the hands of Dreesen for one, but defensively you got to stop also Podani.
Yeah, offensively we're going to stick to our game plan like always. A lot of ball movement, a lot of cutters, a lot of screens, a lot of back cuts. And then defensively, obviously you got to stop Podani and Porchers and Ellis. Just got to put together a plan for them, and, we'll see what we can do.
Centennial Cougars head coach Spencer Waldvogel, thanks for joining us. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, guys.
Jesse Jefferson, head coach for the Anoka Tornadoes. We're moments away from tip against the Centennial Cougars in the Section 7 4A championship. And, Coach, 22-6. Did you envision that for this team this year?
I think so. We have 8 seniors on this team, a lot of experience, a whole lot of talent, and we think we're one of the deeper teams in the state. So we wanted to get off the ground running, and I think we did a good job of that.
How would you describe your team this season?
Deep. We're a team full of guards. We don't have a lot of size, but we have a lot of guys that play hard, that can play inside. Like I said before, I think we're one of the deeper teams in the state with guards that can dribble, pass, and shoot. We play hard. We play together, and we always have a good time.
Yeah, you said a couple of times this has been kind of a special team. It's been coming through the years. Most of them have played on the football team this year for the Tornadoes, who went to the state tournament as well. A really tight, rich group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and 8 seniors on this team, 5 of which got into varsity games as freshmen. So it's kind of weird having the same guys for so long, but it's bringing some success. And, football was so successful. I think that really helped us going into the season, and we're excited to make history.
Well, you certainly brought a lot of momentum here to the Tornadoes basketball squad. And a team tonight that has a chance to accomplish something special. 32 years since the last trip to the state tournament, and it's kind of, I'm guessing, holding them in check and making sure they execute tonight to get to that.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're the better team. I think that if we do what we're supposed to do and kind of play within ourselves, we can run away from this team. Centennial is going to be coached well. They have Jackson Dreesen, who can really score the basketball, but we got a pretty good game plan going forward, and we think that we can kind of outrun them. We just got to keep them from trying to slow down the pace and do what we're supposed to do.
Coach, good luck tonight. I hope we're here, and we can also catch you cutting down the nets, and hope you get that win tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach. Head coach for Anoka with Jesse Jefferson. Moments away, we'll get the tip. lineups are just underway here as Centennial and the Cougars come into that mark of 15 and 13. Get a look at their starters. Joe Rulin along with Pete Hayes just to my right. And we're getting things repped and ready to go. Pete, tonight it's a pretty packed gymnasium here at Anoka for this matchup and championship.
Yeah, it's very exciting, Joe, for both of these teams. Centennial never gone to the state tournament, and Anoka, 32 years ago, they were runner-up at state. 33 years ago, they were state champs. So both of these teams looking to get back to the state tournament.
Well, I'll tell you what, I shall never love you. No, I'm kidding. I will love. That's the Whitney Houston song that came out. In fact, anyway, we'll drop that one. We'll come back to it later. You get a look at the starting lineups, and I'll tell you, this will be a great matchup because you got a Cougar defense that likes to change up their defenses. There's Brody Lackinen starting at one guard along with Dominic Maheat. There's Peyton Podani. He's getting better, and as the season goes longer, he's getting stronger. Dre Ellis has been hitting it up. He had 15 in the quarterfinals with 3 threes, and then Troy Borchers as well. Head coach Jesse Jefferson. There's your starters. But I'll tell you what, they're going to try to get that ball out of Podani's hand tonight because Podani's been averaging 27 points a game in section play.
Yeah, that's easier said than done, Joe. That's for sure. He's averaging 20.1 during the season, 27 in the playoffs. He's a heck of a player. He's going to get his points. So is Dreesen. Dreesen, 23.8 on the season for Centennial. It's going to be those other guys that need to contribute and see who has the most depth. And depth for Anoka spells Trey Borchards.
You got it. And you've got Carlvin there as one of the starters, a 5'8 senior. Dreesen, 6'2 senior. Tristan Hansen, a 6'5 junior, followed by Eline, a 6-foot junior, and Hosfield, a 6'4 senior. Underway, moving right to left. You see the Cougars as we get ready for tip, and grabbing a tip this time also is going to be Brody Lackinen, controlled by the Cougars. Those of you joining us on audio only, we'll get you a tight description. This game could be seen in full production just after the closure of this game. Hope to be cutting down some nets here post this game. As moving up on a man-to-man D here for the Tornadoes. Spins inside. There's Hansen, kicks it back out. Set up there to Carlvin. Carlvin going to play some football at River Falls next season. Dribble down, fakes left, goes right, left-handed shot, misses everything. Flying through for the loose ball and capitalizing. There's Hansen. Picks up the first two, takes those to the bank. Man-to-man pressure starting out here, as I mentioned. They'll go man-to-man, the Centennial squad. 1-2-2, 2-3 zone. Constant mixture. This time, Podani attempts a three, front of the rim to rebound to Ellis. Bounce pass along the sideline, finds Borcher. That shot is blocked. A good pass by Podani. Borcher's attempt to put the shot up, but turned away by Hansen on the block.
Yeah, Tristan Hansen, he's here to play tonight, playing defense, playing offense, averaging 15 points a game.
Inbounding under their own hoop here at a chance will be Dre Ellis. Ellis averaging 12 points a game. Been playing better and better, like Podani, with each of these games. This is out to midcourt, elevating, picking it up there. Podani. He is guarded closely. Timed by Hosfield. Hosfield forces the change. Good job low on that extension and rolls it off the glass for two. Does Podani, his first two of the night. Again, he's averaging 27 points in section play.
Yeah, Podani, he's going to St. John's to play basketball next year. Weren't sure whether he was going to play basketball or football. A heck of a quarterback for the Anoka State Tournament team, but basketball is going to be his game in college.
Shot for three, short, but getting the own rebound and dishing it off below. Block turned away after the shot taken there by Eline. 3-ball corner pocket, front of the rim, a big, healthy bounce that time, controlled there by Hosfield. Quickly down the court here at Centennial. Fade away. A Dirk Nowinski fade away. And that's good. Hansen converts.
Yeah, Hansen's probably the tallest guy on the court, going 6'5". Not real big lineups for either of these teams.
Ellis steps into a three from the top of the key. Misses. Rebound now possessed by Centennial. Centennial with the 4-2 lead. 15:50 to go here in this first half. The winner advances to the state tournament. Dribbles to the lane. Good close. Unable to get it over the rim. Turnover by Podani on the transition pass. Looking for it in that reach of Hansen at 6'5" cost. The Tornadoes on that transition. Now setting it up at the top is Carlvin. Carlvin being marked there by Bakit. Up top to Dreesen. And now this is a three attempt. Rolls to the side of the rim. Controlled on the rebound by Ellis. Quickly on the transition back. Ellis stops. Kicks it back now. Moves in the rotation to Podani. Podani takes it to the lane. A little strong off the rim. Dusting off the Windex was Hansen for the board. 14:55 to go. Still 4-2 lead. On the transition. Off the glass. And getting the two is Dreesen. Jack Dreesen. The 6'2 senior, and a timeout by the Tornadoes and head coach Jefferson. 14:52 to go here in this first half. It's a 6-2 lead for the number 3 seed, Centennial.
Yeah, a nice start by Centennial and their two go-to players. Dreesen picking up that last basket. Hansen with the first 4 points. No turnovers yet here to start the game. Anoka with 1. Anoka finds themselves down by 4.
You get the Centennial squad. You look at the brackets and how things transpired. Centennial, a first quarter round win, 62-51 over Forest Lake. Then they met Blaine. Blaine beat Duluth East, but a thriller in overtime. Centennial got the win, 59-56, just last Saturday here at Anoka. Meanwhile, it was the trip for Anoka, a win in the quarterfinals over Cambridge Isanti. Then they picked up a win over Andover, who almost tripped them up. And a 5-point win, 73-68 for Anoka. This is where they're at. 2007 is the last time the Anoka Tornadoes boys basketball team has been in a section championship. As they get a whistle here as they inbound, somebody had fallen here and a little slow to get up, a fan that is anyway. So they'll take some time and give some attention to the fan here. The head coach for Centennial Cougars, again, is Spencer Waldvogel. Waldvogel was and is a 2009 graduate of Centennial. Record of 15-13 this season, averaging 60 points a game. There you get a look at Coach Waldvogel. Opponents surrendering or just getting 59 points a game. Meanwhile, last year, you can tell they made progress for the Cougars. Last year, they had a record of 8-19, and they lost to Coon Rapids in the quarterfinals of the section play. Centennial has 5 stacked wins coming into this game, and there you get a look at Jesse Jefferson. Jefferson, in his 4th season, has done an outstanding job in leading the squad to a 22-6 mark, and he just understands the team, the players so well connected, averaging 77 points a game. The Tornadoes offensively, the fan has been taken care of, and we will resume play.
Well, this is an Anoka team, Joe, that knows how to win. You know, they won in football. Most of them were football players, so you know they're 2-3 sport athletes, and they know how to win. So I'm sure they're not panicking right now.
Danny to the lane, lays it off the glass for 2, just rolls off his fingers beyond the Windex for 2. He's got all 4 for the Tornadoes. It's a 6-4 lead. They're still out there for Centennial. Top of the key, bounce pass here. Down low with the lefty pass, Hosfield. A fadeaway from the elbow. Is short. That shot taken by Hansen. Scramble for the rebound ensues. Knocked off of one of the Anoka players. And I think that was Lackinen. You get a look at this fadeaway, the hustle, the scramble there for the ball.
Yeah, it's hard for us to see that corner down there with the Anoka students in front of us. You have to watch the screen here a little bit. But Podani, right off of that timeout called by Jesse, came in and scored a couple points for Anoka.
Baseline drive, no one picks him up, but blocks from behind. Follow-up offensive board. Dreesen gets it and cashes it in for 2. He got a 2-for-1. 2 attempts, a rebound, an offensive board, and then a putback for another 2. Dreesen now with 6 in the game. That's a 4-point lead, 8-4. Centennial baseline drive. Anticipating that time on that baseline drive did Borchers. That his teammate was going to be waiting for him and Bakit, but he was just about 10 feet up that 3-point line, and a throwaway turnover that time for Anoka. 8-4 lead. opening half. Thanks for joining us. Steal by Podani. He's averaging 3 a game postseason. There's an assist and a good close it up. Paquette gets the close on the dime from Podani. Podani's been figured into all of the points in the scoring formula for each of those here in the opening minutes. 2-point lead for Centennial, 8-6. This for 3. Misses.
Yeah, nice job by Podani. They're running the court with Paquette. Paquette put that ball in, and Anoka finds themselves down by 2. And we're just a few minutes into this game, and it's going to be a good one tonight, folks, so don't go anyplace.
See the setup here for the 3 attempt and then the steal for Podani. Sees that window. Great poise, waits for that window to open up a little bit more, and Paquette puts it away. This is a 3 and off the front of the rim by Podani. Rebound. Straight down by Centennial. They get a chance on this possession to extend their 2-point lead. Trying to crossover dribble. Karlvik almost had it stolen. Gets it back. A 3 attempt from way downtown by Hansen. Trifecta land for Hansen. His first 3 of the game. He's averaging 15 a game this year, and they've extended the Centennials their lead to 11-6. Baseline drive. Borcher tosses this up. Controlled, rebound, back down, kicks out to the corner. A 3 attempt, hard off the rim, hustling to scramble to get that rebound is Hibbler, who's into the game. Hibbler then turns it over, picked up, and now on the transition, Eline bounce pass off the glass, hard, the rebound, no good, could not complete, then stolen back from behind again. Drive to the lane and a walk. Tried to give it that old Euro step, but that was kind of a Euro triple step and not to be had. So a turnover by Centennial. They've got a couple already here in this first half, as does Anoka. It's a 5-point lead for Centennial, 11-6, 12 minutes to play in this opening half.
Anoka's into their bench, Mbakwe and Hibbler, a couple of energy guys for the Tornadoes.
Into the lane, turnaround, hard off the back. A good rebound, pulled down that time by Hansen. He has 4 rebounds already here in the first half. And to dribble it low, down below Eline. Eline has Podani on him. As I mentioned, Podani averaging 3 steals a game here in section play. Not to mention 27 points. Left in the corner, all alone, a 3, missed off the front of the rim. Scooped down, brought in by Anoka, that time by Lackinen. Transition down, a little spin inside, pass underneath, hard off the hands. Beckway closes it up for 2. Shows those receiver hands. Beckway converts,
so
gets 2.
Strong, Joe, down deep. You know, he's like you said, he's going D1 playing football, but he's a tough kid.
Hibbler with the dime and the assist on that last point, bucket for Anoka. Into the corner, setting it up, bringing it right back out again as Hosfield to the top of the key. The corner, little spin move, trying to walk down one of the Anoka defenders. Sits back on the 3, now trying to get by Hibbler. He doesn't, falls to the ground, dribbles it back. I'll look for 3, and off the front of the rim, just beating the shot that time, and the shot clock was Centennial.
A little bit of a scramble
with the
there.
crowd up, I couldn't tell, Pete, if that was a turnover or a foul.
Looks like the ball's going to remain with Centennial. You thought Podani had it down there in the corner. Like I said, it's kind of hard for us to see with the student section there, but Centennial remains in possession of the ball.
Pullman is now in for Centennial. He's averaging a point a game, sitting for the time being. Taking some towel time is Eli. 3-point lead, 11-8 for Centennial as they get the inbound. Up top is Hosfield. Hosfield has it stolen. Trying to convert and move it on the steal. Down kick. All over though. That's Caleb Schur on the steal and cashing in on that benefit in Mbakwe. Mbakwe, 4 points.
Sure in the game now for Anoka for Podani. They're giving Podani a rest here early on, but sure with a nice steal. Converted a basket for Anoka.
Hosfield almost lost it again to Schur defensively. Gets a pass to the wing. Still a 1-point lead for Centennial. A kick to the corner. Hosfield takes the shot. It jams up between the rim and the backboard. As a result, we will get, as a jump ball turns back over here, to Anoka, trailing just by 1, 11-10. They have the possession here. 9:50 left in the first half.
Anoka already deep into their bench, Joe, with 3 substitutes in the game, and Centennial has not substituted yet. There comes their first sub into the game. I think Anoka's a little bit deeper, but those starting 5 for Centennial, they're really tough.
Yeah, most certainly they are. Pullman, by the way, has been in, and for Centennial moments ago, and Eline took the towel, went to the bench.
The last time these two teams met, Joe, Anoka won by 10, 75-65. Dreesen 26 and Podani 19 in that game with the leading scores.
Ibekwe, the recipient of a couple of dimes, but also closed them up with a couple of buckets. He's got 4 here in the first half, averaging 8 points a game. And able to convert and finish strong. Now we're back in play. 9:45 left in a racetrack-like pace here in the first half. The tornado shelter in Anoka trying to drive, and another block. That's the 3rd block here in the first half on shots by Anoka for Centennial. That time it was Tristan Hansen.
Yeah, Hansen, he's here to play tonight. Nice block by Hansen, and that's his 2nd block already tonight.
Podani inbounds with 9.5 to play. Borchard back to Podani. Podani in front of the Centennial bench, stops at the elbow. Kicks it down. Ibekwe inside. That's blocked. 2nd block of this possession by Hansen. All the way to the lane. Hosfield over the top. Misses everything on his shot. Trying to convert. Podani sets, gets his feet, and puts it up. He has 6 in the game. Half of the points for the Tornadoes. And with that bucket, the Tornadoes take a 1-point lead, 12-11, with 9 minutes to play in this first half. Thanks for joining us on audio only for the section championship. The winner advances to the state tournament. The last time the Tornadoes have been there, 1993, and Centennial looking for their first ticket that they can punch to the state tournament in basketball, that is. Taking the shot, Hibbler. Pestering, good quick hands. Now a spin to the elbow. I'll look for 3. Front of the rim, no good. Follow-up is converted. Hosfield in the lane, got the follow-up after the 3 attempt by Centennial was short. We get a timeout with 8:32 remaining in this first half. And with that follow-up and 2 here by Hosfield, Pullman took a shot. The left-handed shooter was just short there for the loose change. And converting it for 2, that gives Centennial a 1-point lead. Pete, 13-12 here with 8:32 to go in the first.
Well, Coach Waldvogel just took a timeout here. I think that's how he's going to try to keep these guys fresh, Joe. I don't believe they're as deep as Anoka. 4 of the 5 starters still on the floor, and Anoka's starting to take it to him a little bit here until that last basket. So I think that was a really good timeout by Coach Waldvogel.
Very much so, and that element here is, hey, you'd mentioned the two teams played back on January 28th. It was Dreesen who had 26, Hansen had 11, Carville had 11 in that loss for Centennial. Podani had 19 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and then Ibekwe 15 points for Anoka. But you can't say enough about Podani as the season has gone. He certainly has gotten better. It includes 28 points in the quarterfinal win for Podani over Cambridge.
Yeah, he's just a cool customer. Like you said, he was a really good quarterback for Anoka's football team that went to the Final Four in the state, and he's also a very, very good basketball player, but just doesn't show a whole lot of emotion out there.
In for the first time here for Anoka he's back in, Dre Ellis. Podani, Dre Ellis, Hibbler. Followed by Schur in there along with Ibekwe. High shot off the 3, rebound. Podani gets his 2nd shot here, but it's blocked from behind. That is the 5th block shot here in the first half already for Centennial. That last one was blocked by Hosfield. Setting up top of the key. Moving in motion against the man-to-man defense. Hibbler had a grasp that time on the player in Dreesen, and we're going to get a foul here. I didn't know if they had suddenly swallowed those whistles or not, but as Dreesen was trying to break out, Hibbler certainly had him by the arm. They let that go. That's all right, as long as it's going to be consistent in this, as I mentioned.
Yeah, that's all you can ask for, Joe. And almost a steal there by Hibbler, but the foul was called on Mbakwe, I believe.
Sending to the line, Brett Pullman gets his first point of the game.
Quente's now in the game for Anoka, number 32, and Borchardt checks back into the game.
Quinte averaging 3.9 a game, gets a board on that missed free throw by Pullman. 2-point lead, Centennial, 14-12, 7:40 to go. Here in the first half, the section championship. Hard drive by Shure. Nice job off the front of the rim. Thought he had it, as did I. And the rebound is collected by Centennial. Hosfield brings it across the midcourt line. Inside, puts it on the turf, tries to hit a cutter down on the baseline. Pullman takes the shot. Off the rim, the rebound collected. Now a little trap in the backcourt. Immediately there by Dreesen and Centennial. The corner, Borchardt wants to drive the baseline, then wants to dish. Finally getting it, Quinte gets it, and one, an opportunity. He ties it up. Concho Quinte picks up his first two game on the dime from Borchardt on the baseline and gets the end one, and the foul whistled on Hosfield. That's the first team foul for Centennial, and the first on Hosfield. There's just been one other foul called here in this first half, and that was on Anoka.
Yeah, that's some real strength right there by number 32 for Anoka, but you mentioned it, one foul on each team. They are letting them play. It's physical.
Quinte cannot get the second, or they get that free throw to fall for the end one, but it is tied. 14-14, 7 and change remaining here in this first half. Hard drive to the lane, too hard. Off the rim, could not convert on that drive by Hosfield. Back again, running, stopping. A look for Dre on the three, pure. The Dre tray, the first here tonight.
Yeah, that's Dre Ellis. If Dre Ellis gets going from that three-point line, then Anoka's tough to stop because he's a good shooter, but he's kind of streaky.
Into the base, gets it into the lane. A battle for the ball with strong hands that time of Dreesen. Gets possession, and Dreesen continues to build this point. He's got 6 here in the first half. Shure stops at the free throw line, puts up a shot. Rebound high, stretching. Beautiful follow-up. The board and the change to the bank for 2 for Quinte. Quinte with 4. And now a 19-16 lead for Anoka.
Quinte making a difference out there for Anoka right now. It's like his arms just got longer.
To the lane, converting on the drive. Carlvin cashes that in for 2. 19-18, spin cycle move, converts. That's good for Podani. Podani with 8 here in the first half. Strong move now, pushing Carlvin back out. He moves it to the top of the key to Hosfield. Hosfield almost has it stolen again. Pullman gets it back again to Carlvin. Carlvin will reset with 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Carlvin, strong move, continues off the glass, too hard. And a controlled rebound by Quinte. Podani from the wing, drive, stops, pivots, puts up, good for 2. Picture perfect, stops on a dime. Spin cycle move for 2. Podani now in double figures with 10 to match his jersey. Under 5 to play here in the first half. 5-point lead now for the Tornadoes.
Well, Centennial is talking about trying to get the ball out of Podani's hands. Sometimes it's easier said than done when you're a good player, and Podani's a good player.
Baseline drive stopped there by Podani. Kicks it back out to Dreesen. Dreesen near the elbow. Hands it off to Hosfield. Hosfield gets around the defense all the way to the baseline. That goes through the hands of Pullman for Centennial. It ends up now with Shure. Shure brings it up on the turnover. Dre Ellis drives the lane. Left-handed layup off the glass. Quinte gets that rebound. 3 rebounds already for him. Shure gets a look. unable to connect. Quante, rebound number 4, follows it up, takes it to the rim, and just short. Strong defense that time, challenged by Hansen. We get a timeout, and this timeout again goes to Centennial, and it's a 5-point lead, 23-18. Centennial will have the ball after we come away from this timeout. But 4 minutes, 10 seconds left in a track meet of the first half.
Well, the big man for Anoka, he's getting things done, but he is gassed right now. And I think that's why the timeout was called by Coach Jefferson, to get a substitute into the game or give him a rest. But he's been a difference maker here in the last 5 minutes for Anoka, and Anoka now is up by 5.
Yeah, Quante has come in just a couple of minutes ago, but certainly made his presence known on the boards. 4 rebounds for Quante and 4 points as well. As you get a look at some of the fans dancing, showing their stuff. Pete, I'd like to see you get up and top that dance.
Well, I might have been able to do that 50 years ago, but not anymore. That's for sure.
Well, Podani's been putting on a display of Dancing with the Stars, moving up and down the court into the lane. He's got a game-high 10 already here. As back in we go to play. Centennial controls with their possession. Pullman tries to kick it back out. Stolen by Borchers. Borchers tipped it, and then it ended up going out of play just next to the coaching staff for Centennial. So Centennial, fortunately, will get that back, and they'll reset the shot clock to 35.
It looks like Borchers has the assignment of Dreesen, and he's doing a great job. He's not on the scoreboard yet. I'm speaking of Borchers, averaging 15 a game, but he's keeping Dreesen down. And if you can keep him down, you're going to have a good chance to win.
Pullman goes to the bench. Wes Kukkonen now in for Centennial. Unsure what that discussion is about, but we have 3:57 left in this first half. And again, they'll get this taken away. We mentioned it's 2007 since the last time the Anoka Tornadoes have played in a section championship. And here we have it here on the home floor. Also in right now is Zach Espinoza. Pass too high for Espinoza in that attempt by Hansen. Espinoza, a tall drink of water as well, comes in for 6'5" junior. And the turnover for Centennial puts it back in the hands of Dre Ellis as he brings it up midcourt for the Tornadoes. A 5-point lead for Anoka, the number 1 seed. Crossover, stopping, redirecting, into the lane, shot. Cannot get the roll this time. Podani, the rebound, is pulled down by Eli, and he is fouled.
Kukkonen getting a few minutes here for Centennial late here in the first half, along with Espinoza. So a couple of guys off the bench for Centennial. It's going to be a really important last 3.5 minutes here for Centennial to try to cut into this margin.
They started to bring the ball back up. Blew the whistle, reset, and they'll try it again. Take 2. 3:26 left. That foul was on Lackinen for Andover, and for the Tornadoes. And that's just the second team foul on the Tornadoes. Centennial with just 1. I don't think we'll see a bonus. At the free throw line here before the half. Strong move inside, had the whole rim, but maybe felt that pressure coming defensively. That was Espinoza at 6'5" who missed that bunny. This is a 3 attempt. Pure! Lackinen knocks down the 3, the second of the game for the Tornadoes. That extends their lead to 8 at 26-18. 2:45 to play. A pitch to the lane in the middle. Beautiful bounce pass. Excellent execution. And Hansen closes it up and picks up his 9th point here in the first half.
Haven't heard Hansen's name for a while, but he gets back on the board for Centennial.
Podani goes to the glass. Hard there. Falls off the front of the rim. The rebound collected by Espinoza off to the far side. Controlled there by Dreesen. Back again, looking for help. Centennial puts it in the hands there of Eli. Eli directing traffic. Gets it to Hansen. Hansen to the elbow. To Espinoza. Back to Hansen. He'll take the three and hit the front of the rim short on that shot. Controlled by Podani. In the lane, good kick out. One extra pass to Borchers. Nicely done by Ellis with that dime. And back to an 8-point lead for Anoka as they convert on the fast break.
Anoka running the court there. A nice no-look pass by Dre Ellis.
Good transition. 28-20. 1:30 to play. A layup off the glass. Wow, extended so well by Tristan Hansen, the 6'5" junior. And he has 11 for Centennial. Back to a 6-point lead for Anoka. Borchers around the perimeter at the wing. Ellis wants to drive the lane. He's at the elbow, fakes it, goes underneath the defender, gets his own rebound, puts this up, and good for two. Good individual effort by Ellis. And Ellis now with 5 in that first half with 1 minute to go. 8-point lead for Anoka. Shot coming in by Dreesen is blocked and knocked out by Lackinen. Centennial inbound the ball with still 25 seconds left on the shot clock. A substitution coming in now for Anoka.
Colden Johnson, he's in 8th grade, Joe. That's craziness to me. 8th grade playing in the Northwest Suburban Conference in a championship game. Number 33 for Anoka.
A 6'4" 8th grader now in. Podani defending Hosfield. Now the pass. Top of the key. Good quick burst spin move off the glass. Cannot get it. Scrambling for the rebound. Centennial has it. They'll reset. Eli. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. A drive to the free throw lane. Now looking to kick it back out. That's to Dreesen. Dreesen, hard drive. The lane stops, pops. That's partially blocked by Borchers. And 35 seconds left in the half. And we have the Tornadoes with the possession. Dre Ellis at the wing. Kicks it to Lackinen. Lackinen, a strong drive, then shovels it across to Johnson. He cannot quite convert on that attempt. And then tying it up is Johnson, as Hosfield also had his hands on that rebound, and the possession arrow is pointing in the direction of Podani and the Tornadoes. 21 seconds left. A quick substitution coming in here for Anoka before they throw the ball in. It's going to be to Caleb Scher.
I'm not sure the youngster was expecting that pass, and then he put it on the ground one time where he probably should have went up. Instead, he got it blocked. But I'll tell you what, this kid's got a future. He's got a future. I've watched him play a couple other games, and he's a nice player, especially for an 8th grader.
30-22, Anoka with the lead. 21 seconds left as they're rechecking the clock to see if they need to reset that. This game has so much history for both of these teams. I mentioned 1993, the last time that Anoka has been to the big dance in the state tournament. It's also the last time that both the boys and the girls programs for Anoka have been to a state tournament the same year. 13 seconds left. Centennial has possession. They bring it up. Cross midcourt. Dreesen trying to get some space. Holds onto it. Then bounces it off. It looks like off of Borcher. With 4 seconds left, Centennial's going to have a chance to cut into an 8-point deficit. We haven't seen that scoring they usually do from Dreesen. Dreesen with just 6 points in this first half. He's averaging 23 a game. On the inbound, Centennial, they get it to Dreesen. Dreesen turns, fires, shot off the mark. Probably took it a little bit early and all the way back down. Anoka launches a shot that goes hard off the glass, and that's where we have it. It's a 30-22 game at half. Pete, your thoughts?
Well, I'll tell you what, Centennial came out of the gates really strong, and I think they tired a little bit. Like we talked about earlier, I think Anoka has a little more depth. They bring in those energy guys, and that's kind of when the game turned. You know, and Podani's being Podani, and if he continues the second half, it's going to be a good game for Anoka. But a nice game right now.
Excitement, energy, and some quality play here in the section final coming your way on QCTV. Second half will be coming your way in a moment.
Drew Peterson says, anything you can do, I can do as well. And this is foreshadowing, ladies and gentlemen. Drew Peterson for 3.
In, front-king wing left. Schochnack to the top.
We had a lot of hard practices. We focused on transitioning and running our offensive sets and just staying steady and consistent throughout our entire practices so we were ready for the hard game.
This is what we've been practicing for all year long. We do end of the game scenarios in practice weekly. The play that we drew up is one that we've gone over with these seniors for the last 3 or 4 years. So just telling them, take a deep breath, enjoy the moment. This is our game to win. Do not let Centennial steal it from you.
To stay locked in, keep our heads there. It was loud and intense, so we were all pretty nervous and stuff, but he told us to stay locked in, focus on like the prize and what we wanted, and we made it happen.
I have a love and a passion for the game. You'll see me on the sidelines clapping up, yelling, getting in a defense stance to players. I really want them to feed off of my energy. If I show them that I care that much, it's going to make them care just as much as I do.
That was something to watch tonight.
I was just focused on how loud it was, I think, and the play wasn't originally designed for me. It was designed for Maddie, but we ran it, and then she was double teamed pretty quickly. So we swung the ball, and I got the ball, and I just knew I had to shoot it, and it went in, and it was crazy. I just remember jumping as high as I could, and it was awesome.
For the win!
Good! Unbelievable!
Well, we've actually kind of had a lot of adversity this season, some ups and downs, and I feel like we've having those battles has set us up for tonight.
Some extracurricular pushing, shoving, as intensity has certainly increased for both teams.
And it just takes one weird bounce and your season's over.
He's going to roll to the right. He's going to throw to the end zone. Knocked away.
We're building for today. You play 8 games to get ready for this.
Not so fast.
Richter here scores! Top shelf with the peanut butter. Oh!
Play action rolling out left in trouble. Dodges another would-be tackler into the end zone. Touchdown!
I'm not sure what Vegas has for the over-under for our camera person in center field getting deflected.
Steps into the middle. Richter goal. Wow.
Can he do it? Turns it over. 2 points. Neck wide open. Kuyan 3. Switch.
See some of the Husky fans eating a nice healthy meal.
This one is hit high in the air, center field, right center, up, and that's out of here.
Up more. Good feet inside. And what a shot by Schindlebeck.
A base hit, big time.
Drive high and above, and it's a goal. Matt Jones.
But Danny Welch up the middle, and he busts it. 40. He is gone.
Scratch that, Joe. They do have momentum back.
Trombley over to Reeder. Perfect stat by Trombley. Reeder drops the hammer. How about that? 1 point. So it did come down to second and third as you predicted.
Hey, QCTV, good job picking this meet for television.
This is phenomenal sports entertainment. I mean, it's really good. Forest Lake to the net. Near side, into the net. That'll do it.
And again, they did it as everybody got involved. And now there they are back in the championship game.
Gilk sends it to the front. Gilk in the middle. There it is. Carly Gilk seals the deal. Cruz to the right, Rebels to the left. Raptors serve. And we are underway. Batted over. Belfield long. Rebels win. 15-12.
All alone, goes up, tries to try to contact it, drains it. The respect of these two teams, realizing what's at stake, what's there, and the Huskies are going to the state tournament.
It's all about. You win one more, and you get to go downtown Minneapolis and go to the bank.
Sets the wall, next one scores off a blazer. That thing drew paint off of the pipe, roll out of play, and the Huskies are going to take home a quarterfinal state tournament win, 3-2 over the number 3 seed.
We have the best fans in the state, some of the best wrestlers. Thank you, everybody. You continue to keep this tradition alive.
Congratulations to the Andover Huskies, their 7th consecutive Section 7 AA championship.
He's got got to look. Now he's got to run. He's in trouble. He's being held on to. Caught. He throws it to the end zone. Caught half the Beckway. And the Anoka Tornadoes are going to the bank.
As a member of this community, as a former faculty member and coach, it is an absolute thrill. It is an absolute thrill to be able to watch these athletes work their butts off and then be able to reap the benefits of it and feel the unity of being a part of this community. And isn't that something that all of us want, to be part of a community? And that is the greatest thing of all.
Thanks to the crew and QCTV, have yourself a major league evening at a minor league price.
The City of Anoka is committed to the protection of the health and general welfare of its citizens, and the Waste Reduction and Recycling Board serves as an advisory board to the City Council regarding the proper collection, handling, and disposal of solid waste and recyclables in order to maintain a safe, healthy, and clean environment, providing a variety of programs and initiatives for Anoka residents to get involved in keeping Anoka as green as possible. Join the Anoka County Organics Recycling Program today. Say goodbye to tossing food scraps and paper products in the trash and say hello to free composting at your convenient yard waste sites. By participating in the Anoka County Organics Drop-Off Program, you're directly contributing to a greener and more sustainable environment. Just sign up for a drop-off location convenient for you and swing by the compost site or any participating city location during operating hours and pick up your free starter kit. The starter kits include a countertop collection pail, BPI certified compostable bags, and other informational materials so you know exactly what is and is not accepted. Anoka's Waste Reduction and Recycling Board continues to pair with Peterson Shoes to collect gently used shoes in support of Souls for Souls. If you have shoes you would like to donate, please bring them to Peterson Shoes in Anoka during regular business hours, and the weight of the shoes donated is applied toward the city's recycling tonnage goal. Anoka's Waste Reduction and Recycling Board is proud to show off its little library called We Read and Reuse Books. This community library is located near the Anoka Kindness Rock Garden right behind City Hall. The library was constructed by a volunteer related to a member of the Waste Reduction and Recycling Board. Feel free to leave a book and take a book, and it's a perfect location to just relax by the Rum River or Riverfront Memorial Park to enjoy a good read. Anoka's Waterfowl for Warriors fundraiser is still accepting aluminum cans all year long. Profits from the recycled aluminum help supply for the fall Waterfowl for Warriors hunting program. The program is a thank you to local veterans for the service. They are treated with a morning waterfowl hunt and a delicious lunch. And there are 2 collection trailers to drop off your aluminum cans, one at the Grey Ghost Field parking lot by the Anoka Ice Arena and Better Values Liquor Store off East River Road. Learn more about how you can participate in waste reduction and recycling at anokaminnesota.com/residential recycling.
It's SRO here at the Anoka Gymnasium. This is the section championship. Anoka with an 8-point lead at half. Some explosive plays that we had a chance to see here in that first half shows just the talent and the athleticism of these two teams. A little spin move and then off the fade, converts there. 2 for Hansen. He has 11 at half. A good pass. Beckway closes it up on that pass from Paquette closed that one up. More play here. Drop back a 3. And Trey for Dre. The 3-pointer for Anoka. They continue to hit another 3 later on, but beautiful dime. 1 extra pass to Borscher closes it off the board. It's Borscher's only 2 of that first half, but Pete, we say 2 for him, but he's been busy playing some great defense on Dreesen. And Dreesen just 6 here in that first half.
Yeah, if he can keep Dreesen down to where he's at right now, that's going to be big for Anoka. But, Borcher's doing a good job right there. Bodani's picking up the scoring on the other end.
Borcher's averaging 15 points a game and had 24 in that first win of the game, or 22 in the first game of the quarterfinals over Cambridge. But he had been playing a lot of defense. He did that last week in that tough game for Anoka, just to barely beat Andover. Inbounding here. Second half is underway. Give and go back on the crisscross. The shot taken by Podani, hard off the rim. High rebound brought down by Hansen. Centennial now gets a look, and that's Eli. Eli goes off the pick, rubs it off. This a 3 attempt. In and out. Could not convert on the shot by Carlvin. Quickly back up, but pace. Trey for 2, his second. Trey. It's Dre going into a Trey party, shall we say, as he hits another trifecta, 2 already in this game.
Yeah, big shot there by Dre Ellis. That's his second tray of the game. Trey. Yeah, that's
See that?
Trey.
See, it's
that's
contagious.
tricky. That's tricky.
Front of the rim. Dre Ellis with the board. Brings it down. Ellis with 8 points. Almost a turnover. Picking it up. Borchers goes to the lane and literally just kind of tosses that off the glass. Hits the square and in. Borchers 4 now in the game, and they've opened up their biggest lead, have the Tornadoes, at 35-22 early here in the second half. 16:40 remaining.
Yeah, big early start here for Anoka, expanding this from 8 to 13.
Carlvin has the top of the key. Good defense as they've played all year. Hard shot here, misses. Hits the back of the rim. A juicy rebound controlled once again by Alice. Thinks about it, steps back. The 3 his. Hard off the back of the rim. Trying to convert. Dreesen all the way. Gets deep. A little too deep underneath the backboard and misses on the bunny inside. Borchers knocks the player down, and they're going to have a blocking foul whistled here on Carlvin. Carlvin picks up the first team foul of the half here for Centennial.
Really nice job down on the other end by Dre Ellis in that one-on-one with Centennial's top scorer, and he did a really nice job on that.
Alice will inbound. Into Bodani. Bodani with 10 at half. And converts there. Nice move.
Yeah, good start for Anoka and Lackinen. Lackinen's having a nice game here tonight.
Moving it up now near side. Waits for the pick. Now set far side. Trying to set some picks off the ball. Centennial. Left there. Hosfield. And kicks it back now to Carlvin. Carlvin wants to step back, but the defense right there. So tough by Bakit. A reverse on the backside. Well done. And converting is Eli. Eli's first 2 of the game. We get a timeout. A quick timeout. 15:28 to play here in the second half.
Eli went along that baseline, right hand, put it up, and that's a big basket. Stop the bleeding for Centennial, finding themselves down by 13 early here in the second half.
Yeah, the Anoka had outscored Centennial 7-0 coming out of the half before that reverse layup. We get a look also, and a reminder, Anoka Tornadoes are also the girls basketball team, is in the state tournament, but they did take a tough loss. And that's a tough competition. I know Coach Nick is here, Novak as well, at today's game. But it was Anoka who lost to Eastfield 62-39. There you get a look at Coach Novak. And a look there. Congrats on the success they've had this season. They'll play more here coming up. And some consolation play as well. Congrats. And again, they are also a number 1 seed, a tough win versus Centennial. Borchers inside, swatted away. Still controlled. Good job. Dre Ellis looks for a little spin move inside. Turn around short. Battled here. Race for the ball. It's controlled now by Carlvin. Carlvin will set it up. Now hits the cutter. A fadeaway. Front of the rim short. Hosfield cannot hold on to that offensive board, but Podani can on transition. Step back. Now looking for the 3. Cutting it to the lane. That's blocked. 2 early blocks here in the second half. That'll keep Centennial close. They're down by 13, trying to take a move here early. 14:35 and a drive to the lane. Well done. What? Touch. Off the glass, top of the lip and in. Borchers tries to reciprocate. He cannot. He misses on the 3-ball corner pocket after Eli picked up his 4th point all here in the second half for Centennial. That's an 11-point lead, 37-26 in favor of the number 1 seed, Tornadoes.
Tell you what, that Hansen, he's a glass cleaner in there. He has at least 4 block shots here already tonight. You know, Anoka's a team that likes to take the ball inside, but Hansen's been rejecting quite a few here already.
Eli misses the open 3. Podani takes the liberty of taking it to the lane, misses that off the glass. Now setting it up the offense, getting everyone in place, still man-to-man. That D for the Tornadoes, that's been a major commitment for this year. To play D, play solid D, as they have throughout the season. And getting a bounce. Wow, hits the front of the rim and gets a lively hop. Someone must have opened the door because it then rolled in after hitting the front of the rim.
Yeah, I don't know how when it hit the rim hard, and it looked like it was going out, but the thing goes back in, and there it is. 3 points.
Yeah, Carlin now with 5 after hitting that 3. Centennial back to just a single-digit deficit of 8 at 37-29. We talked about section championships, but it's not the first meeting between Anoka and the Centennial team this year. In fact, they've had a couple of matchups. One included with the girls section championship, and Jeff Nelson was by to shares. Was the other one lacrosse?
I think it was lacrosse.
And they met for the section championship. So this is the 3rd section championship this season that involves Centennial and Anoka. Cougars come in 15-13. As I mentioned, great progress from last year, a team that went 8-19, led by Spencer Waldvogel, who's a 2009 graduate of Centennial.
Well, just when you thought this game was getting away and Anoka was running away with it, Centennial cut into that margin, and we're back down to 8 points right where we started the half.
And you see, hey, they're trying to get the ball out of Podani's hands as much and quickly as they can to put the pressure on some of the other Tornadoes. They're back with an 8 Centennial. They run a weave, crisscross up top. Porcher now has it to Ellis. Bakit now passes to Ellis, and Bakit has it back. He likes the 3, takes it and hits the 3.
That's a big one right there by Bakit. Puts Anoka back into double-digit lead.
Bakit matches his jersey number. He's got a nickel, 5 on the afternoon. Back to 11, 40-29. Faking the move inside. A pass, tough to handle for Dreesen, but it ends up to another Centennial Cougar player in the corner. At the free throw line, thinks about the shot, does Carlton. Now he'll set up. Hosfield, big dribble, Euro step, left-handed layup, no good. Going high for the rebound. Pulling it back, kicking it back down underneath. 3 offensive rebounds, and 2 have come by the 5'9" guard for Centennial. And Eli, he cannot convert. Ellis quickly back down. Feeds, cutting, slicing, dicing up the middle. Missing that was Bakit for Anoka. They had a chance to reciprocate that pressure, but Centennial very resourceful on an offensive board on that last possession.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of these teams, a lot of offensive boards right now. And Centennial coming away with a couple of really impressive ones here in the last 2 minutes.
Got to look at the 4th-year head coach and Jesse Jefferson. What an outstanding job he has done. Took over a team that went winless in 2021. And then 5 wins in 21-22. You certainly saw the progression. The team certainly close. They also have so much depth and athleticism for this number 1 seed, Anoka. Inside, deflected. A good defensive play. Stopped that time by Hibbler. He's got some quick hands. Back out Centennial. Outside the perimeter, behind the back dribble. Stops, pops, can't get the roll. Here's Dreesen. 11-point lead for Anoka, and they bring it across midcourt. Nothing goes slow for Hibbler. He's got a motor. A pass. Hits Padani. Perfect hit off the glass. 2 more for Padani. He's got a dozen.
That was a dime by number 1 for Anoka to Padani.
Hibbler just has a motor. Continues that constant motion up top now. Centennial has it poked away. They'll be able to pick it up in the backcourt. I don't know why that pass took place, but it turned over the ball. And a chance here on the scramble. They want to get it back to the big fella. He gets 6. And they repay the big fella. Quinty with his effort. And has 6. Pickpocket. Hibbler. Cross midcourt. He turns it right back over to Centennial. Dreesen looking for 3. Settles for the 2. That's blocked. Lackinen with a beautiful block, and then quickly another turnover for Anoka as they tried to turn it into points. Left-hand drive, reversing it and putting it up, missing that time on the drive. Back again, look at 3. Borchard cannot convert. Good rebound by Podani. Podani seems to be everywhere. Turnover here, stepping on the line. There is Quante, and we...
That's some up and down action there, Joe. I'll tell you what. And those guys, Marshawn Carlton and Hibbler, they're having an individual battle out there at that point guard position. It's fun to watch.
Largest lead of the game now for Anoka at 15 at 44-29. 10.5 to play. Carlton brings it up. He's watched by Hibbler. Kick down below. And now kicked out for a 3 attempt. Short. Missed there. Scrapping for that offensive board. Centennial, they get it. It's just a look for 3. Stepping into 3. Yes! Pure 3. Stepping in was Hansen. Hansen answers with his first bucket of the second half. He now has 14. Back to within 12. 44-32. Anoka. Lackinen with it up top. Lackinen with 5. Trying to walk down Centennial defender and a new player in the game here. And that is Bryant Richardson, a 6'4 freshman. Converts and good.
That Hibbler, he's a spark plug for Anoka. Big basket right there, putting them back up by 4. They got about 9.5 to go here in the ball game.
He's a spark plug that brings some RPMs. Constant active. Hibbler trying to distract, but a pass inside and too hard. Just went off the hands of the Centennial cutter. That was Pullman and out of play. But, you know, that hard pass comes from the pressure that's being applied defensively by Anoka in that trap.
Oh, I remember the Hibbler kid in football. He returned punts, and every time he had a fair catch it, he was upset with himself.
Kid with that much burst and speed. So valuable. And he's under control. Cutter. Other side. Good pass. Hibbler with a nifty pass. Trying to convert and get it to Ibekwe. Its shot is blocked and will be awarded back to Anoka. 9 and change to go.
Yeah, Anoka has 4 subs in the game right now. 4 of the 5. The only starter is Drew Ellis that's out there right now. Let's see what they can do against these starters for Centennial, although I do see 3 substitutes on the field, on the court for Centennial now, too.
Ellis launched a 3, front of the rim, controlled by Centennial. Under 9 to play, second half. This is the section championship, the winner to the state tournament next week. Stopping, popping, front of the rim, back of the rim, unable to convert. That time, Hansen. Taking a deep breath, regrouping now. Is Sure, crossover dribble. Sends it to the corner to Ellis. He misses everything on that 3 attempt from the corner. Controlled by Centennial. They'll move it up. Trying to cut into the deficit. Carlton has it at the wing. Bounce pass inside. Turnaround. Left-hand play. Beautifully done. Nothing but nylon on that turn and fire on a kind of a mini hook by Hansen. 16 for Hansen, the junior. Full throttle. Hibbler. Is there anything else? Follow-up, rebound, and those two are hitting it on the same page with Quinty. Quinty now with 8 minutes to play in the second half, and a 14-point lead. Launching a 3, goes long, but getting the rebound, putting it up, tying up. Good offensive rebound attempt was Pullman on the 3 attempt taken by Hansen. And I'll tell you, they are doing a number on Dreesen as they try to get him a little bit more rest before they bring him in. Dreesen, a 6'2 senior, averaging 23 a game for Centennial. I have him just for 6. Launching this 3. High off the board, getting the tip. And I think that went to the freshman.
That was a nice tip in right there. It's a big basket here with just over 7.5 minutes to play, and Anoka's up by 12.
Podani in, 3-ball, corner pocket. Ellis, front of the rim, follows a shot, gets it right back up, knocked to the floor, and a late foul is going to be whistled as Ellis followed his shot from the corner. Took the second shot, and then contact was made.
Well, it's taken a lot to call a foul here tonight.
You've got to earn it.
And they kind of waited on that one until he was moaning on the ground, and then they said, okay, we better blow the whistle. But there is not going to be anybody falling out of this game tonight.
No, I mean, you've got to get a tattoo in order to get called for that foul. I think it's, I enjoy it. It's been consistent, right? And both ways in all game. And they're letting them play, and it's not out of control play. Ellis misses his first of 2 from the charity stripe. Back in now is Dreesen. They got to make their move now with Jackson Dreesen back in for Centennial.
Well,
12-point
back
deficit.
in, Joe. Sorry, and Borchertz is up on the bench over there for Anoka, so he's going to come in and watch him the rest of the game.
Ellis hits. He'll take a towel, and Ellis now with 9. With 7:24 remaining, second half, 49-36 lead for the Tornadoes. Thanks for joining us. Here on QCTV, Joe Rulin along with Pete Hayes from the Anoka Gymnasium, home of the Tornadoes. The number 1 seed. Crossover, stopping at the free throw line. Now a handoff to Pullman. Pullman kicks it back. This is a 3 attempt, and this is short. Attempt that time by Kukkonen. Gets it back. Good work inside. Slices up the defense and draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
You know, Kukkonen's giving him some good minutes off the bench right there. That was some real hustle by number 15, the sophomore guard.
Sure whistled for that foul, his first. Just the Tornadoes' first team foul of the second half with 7 minutes to play. Kukkonen gets his first point of the game.
You know, this is more in the Centennial scoring range at 49-37. Anoka averages 77 a game, and Centennial at 60 a game, so it's more in their range.
Correct, Pete, and hitting both of those was Kukkonen. Now just an 11-point lead for Anoka as Shore brings it up to Borchers. Up top on the switch, back in the hands of Podani. He's watched closely by Pullman. Podani keeps the dribble alive. Hard drive to the lane, off the glass. That was like a football reception for Ibekwe that time. He had to cover and protect the ball and put it up. And launching a 3. Yes! Kukkonen starting to heat it up. Free throws sometimes can kind of get you into that shooting rhythm. He converted on the free throws, and now on the 3, he has 5 in the game. Back now to within 8 is Centennial. Centennial also doing a great job defensively holding. You mentioned the Tornadoes to just 49 points. The team averaging, as you just mentioned, Pete, 77 a game. Exchange back up top. Now 9 left in the shot clock. Borchers kicks it to the corner. Sure has a pure look. Hard off the board. Controlled by the freshman. And Richardson, the 6'4" freshman. Left all along. Gets to walk into it. Kukkonen on that 3, but cannot convert. Rebound controlled by Borchers. 5.5 to play in the second half. Little stall dribble, then down to the lane. To the lane, spinner. Great move. Good patient. Good pivot foot. And Ibekwe converts. 6 on the afternoon for Ibekwe.
These guys off the bench for Anoka, they keep impressing me.
Reaching to the lane and dishes. Kukkonen looks for the 3. He's guarded by Sure. A little spin move. Stops. Had a shot initially. Now feeds it down low. Converts. Gets controlled. Nice job to control it on the cut. And converted that time by Pullman. Back now to within 8 is Centennial. Under 5 to play. Borchers likes this three, takes the three off the front of the rim. A scramble for the rebound collected by Hansen. Kukkonen spins at the free throw line, tied up by Podani. And the possession arrow is pointed in the direction of Centennial. But that time, Kukkonen held that down too long, and Podani wanted. I guess it was pointing
Anoka's way.
Anoka's way. So.
Don't look now, Joe, but we're right back to where we started this half. 8 points.
You're right.
Anoka goes in a run. Centennial goes in a run. And we have 4.5 minutes left, so who has that last run in him?
Sure brings it up to Borchers. Still a man-to-man. I haven't seen a lot of a 2-3 zone thus far, but now looks like they drop into it right now, does Centennial. Spinning, Podani puts the shot up, draws the foul. He's got such an explosive spin move, and he uses it to seal off the defender. He puts the shot up and draws the foul.
Yeah, here's his drive right now. Hansen's looking to go up and reject. He comes with that right hand, and they got to get Podani going here in the second half. Hasn't scored a whole lot, had a really good first half. Not that he hasn't played well, he just hasn't scored as much.
Yeah, Podani, this is kind of an anomaly. I think these are his first free throws of the game.
Yeah, which is kind of surprising as much as he goes to the hoop.
13 now for the senior. He's the all-time leading scorer for the Tornadoes, over 1,500 points. Season high for him was 30 points versus Champlain Park. And he's hit double figures in each of his games this season. He converts there. Gets both. Now back to a 10-point lead for the Tornadoes. 4 minutes left in this section championship. Kukkonen trying to find a way. He's got 5 here in the second half. Hosfield waits for the pick back to Kukkonen. Kukkonen thinks about it now, looks for the step back, guarded closely. There by Scher. To the elbow, dribbling down, spin move, gets a look, fade away. Off the rim, good defense. Didn't leave his feet once that time. The Tornadoes defender. 3.5 to play and the ball in the 10-point lead. Podani, left-hand dribble, stops at the elbow, kicks it back out, rotating. Now reversing. Scher being guarded by Hosfield. Inside, good dish, almost into double figures on a nice dime, but just missing. On that was Quenty. Rebound controlled. Centennial stopping, popping to 3, front of the rim. Just not quite enough oomph to get it over the top of the lip there. On transition, Borchers has it at the wing, kicks it back. They'll set up. We're under 3 now to play. And Anoka remains with that 10-point lead. Sure works down Kukkonen off the glass, cannot convert. Wrestling for this rebound. This time it will go to Centennial.
Yeah, Anoka doesn't have to speed it up right now. There's under 3 minutes to play. You're up by 10 points. Take your time. Let's run some clock and run her down as much as you can right now.
Trey Dre is now in. Back in is Ellis. Sure will take a towel. And Ellis comes back in. He has 9 points. Quenty with 8. And of course, Podani with 14. Borchers doing an excellent job defensively here. He's been a stopper. He has 4 points. Much more critical to have him stop a 25-point scorer. Podani dishes to Ellis.
Oh.
He cannot close. He'd love to have that back. Selfless play there by Podani. And here comes Dreesen. He's trying to shed the defense of Borchers. Borchers heading to Bemidji State to play football. Drive to the lane. Converts. 2 more for the junior. And a timeout taken by the Cougars. Now with 18, the game high 18 for Tristan Hansen.
Well, that was a big miss. That's a 4 points difference right here as Hansen comes down and gets the 2 after Ellis misses the little bunny on it. I don't think he was expecting that one. It was a great pass. Missed the bunny. They come back the other way. Here's another look at it. Oh, that's tough right there. But we've got an 8-point game, Joe. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. And somebody's going to the state tournament, unless we play extra ball.
Oh, my. Let's see what's in store. You got to keep in mind also with Trey Ellis, Trey Borchers, also with Peyton Podani. They were all voted Northwest Suburban All-Conference players. The first time that Anoka's had 3 in one season. And again, almost all of these guys on the team for the Tornadoes played on that semifinal state football team this past fall. What that just says, it just talks about the connection between this team and the rapport. And you can't forget about Afi Ibekwe, all-district receiver, and has the most receiving touchdowns in Anoka football history. And he is on his way to Northern Illinois University and was a state finalist in the 110-meter hurdle. So we'll see him this spring as well with some track. But right now, we're getting ready to see some full court pressure by Centennial.
Yeah, I was thinking that's what they were going to do, and we'll see how this works out.
Down by 8 now, and Centennial needs that turnover. Ellis moved up that time by the 6'4" freshman. And Richardson, and finally, there's some fouls to give here by Centennial. I've never seen neither team ever in the bonus for free throws in either half in a game that I can recall.
Yeah, right now 4 fouls on Centennial and only 1 on Anoka.
Yeah, combined 5 fouls. Hey, I've enjoyed watching the officials let the play of the game go, and it's been under control.
Yeah, stay consistent. That's what they're doing.
Beautiful pass. Ellis, Podani. Ellis reciprocates a previous pass. Podani to Ellis last time, and he converts. Podani now on the rebound. Controlled save. Nice way. Baseline. Stops. Pops. Controlled. Good job. Good board by the freshman there. He got it back to a defender trying to hit Dreesen, who was cutting, but it's knocked out of the way by some quick hands there by the Tornadoes. Podani with 16 on his last 2 in the dish by Ellis. 1:39 left here in the second half. It's a 10-point lead for the Tornadoes.
Every possession is so big for Centennial right now.
Kukkonen gets a look for 3, but that's short. Waiting underneath this, Podani. There, Hosfield, I think, trying to foul, to run up some fouls. Chance on the reverse layup, cannot convert. Quinty back the other way. Centennial has it poked away from behind Dreesen. Now to the corner. A 3, not able to convert. That short. Hansen misses there. Ahead, Hibbler, and the layup, and the pass by Podani. 12-point lead, less than a minute to go. It appears right now the Tornadoes are headed to their first state tournament visit since 1993. Wow.
Yeah, you also have to remember Anoka has a bunch of fouls to give here, too, so they can play very aggressively on defense. But, the unsung hero of this game is Trey Borchers. The job that he's done on Dreesen has been amazing, and Anoka finds themselves up by 12 with less than a minute to go.
And Podani offensively, kind of that conductor, the maestro, dictates that tempo. He has certainly played better and better throughout this season as the season's extended. And now, section champions about to be named here. We'll keep it here. Maybe we can catch the net beating countdown. There's a hard foul, unintentional though in that time by Richardson. The scramble for the rebound as Hibbler goes hard to the floor. 43 seconds, that's what's left. It's a 12-point lead for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, really impressive performance here by Anoka. Came out strong in the second half, went up by as many as 15. Centennial cut it back down to 8 with just under 5, and we're back up to 12-point lead for the Tornadoes. 1993, that's a long time ago, Joe.
Yeah, think of some historical facts that transpired during that. I had a couple, but they fell off my mental hard drive. Hey, you mentioned Troy Borchers, also his job defensively tonight. He's averaging 15 points a game. And he's a member of the 1,000-point club for Anoka. In fact, the season high this year, 27 versus Coon Rapids. But The job he's done with Jackson Dreesen has been simply astounding. 6 points. He's held a score, putting up 24 a game to just 6. And you get a look at the crowd. It's packed gymnasium here in Anoka. We will stay with the ceremony as they hand out the trophies and, of course, the net cutting that'll take place.
Yeah, the faces on the Anoka boys have not changed until this thing is over, and you got to really like that attitude, knowing that game's not over till it's over.
Not giving up. Centennial, full court pressure. Ellis comes back to receive the ball on the inbounds pass. Borchers has it. He'll cross the midcourt line. Stops it, gets it back. And Borchers again along the near side. More interested in the seconds than the points right now. Borchers to Ellis and now to Podani. Still 10 seconds on the shot clock, 20 seconds on the game clock. And a foul is whistled on Centennial. Still not enough. As you can see, head coach Jesse Jefferson giving a call out to a bunch of the players. And the fans acknowledging that play as well as not a free throw because the next one will be.
Yeah, a lot of smiles on the faces now. This one's over, and Anoka's going back to skate.
Congratulations to head coach Jesse Jefferson and the Anoka Tornadoes as they advance to the state tournament winners of the section. 7 Class 4A championships for 20, 24, 25 with a convincing 57-45 win over Centennial. Centennial on the season moves to 15-14. The Tornadoes now go to 23-6 after this afternoon, the matinee feature here. And I call it matinee because there's still sun, or at least there was when the game started. 12-point win, and Pete, Centennial jumped out early in that first half. Scrambled.
Yeah, they really did. They came out strong, and then just when you thought they were dead and gone, they came back in that second half. But that depth of Anoka's bench made the difference here tonight, and these young guys are pretty excited down there on the floor right now as they're going to be heading to the state tournament next week. And quite a year for the Anoka Tornadoes. Girls and boys basketball, girls volleyball, Anoka football. So Anoka's back, folks.
Congrats on the win. That's certainly a team effort on that win. Extraordinary play, and Podani ends the night with 16, below his average of 20 a game in postseasons. He's been averaging 27 a game, but they'll take the section championship. You get a look at Coach Jefferson and pulling out the jerseys, and the Tornadoes certainly, that depth, has paid dividends for them this year, but also just their willingness. You don't see a lot of teams that want to play defense.
Well, they played it tonight. 45 points is all that Centennial would come up with. And you talk about their depth. That second group would be a heck of a high school basketball team in the state of Minnesota. I wouldn't want to play them either. But everybody was a big part of it tonight. And Anoka, a great season. I believe, 21-6 or something like that on the season.
23 now in 6.
23-6. So that's a heck of a year.
As they begin the ceremony here, and they'll exchange, we'll hang with it. Thanks for joining us, Joe, rolling along with Pete Hayes.
Well, I like seeing this.
It's got to be just a great, burden to have off. With just end your season and career here with the Tornadoes with an exclamation point. Getting to the state. Now, advancing throughout the state tournament as well even adds a number of exclamation points.
Yeah, and Coach Jefferson, he's had these kids since they've been freshmen. A lot of seniors on the team. Lakinen's a junior and Ellis is a junior, but I'll tell you what, they got a lot of senior.
Seeing the awards here to the Centennial team, second place in the sections. Again, they were going for their first section championship basketball. You get a look at a player there who outstanding second half, and Sean Eli.
Yeah, they did a great job, and they won their last 5 games to get themselves back above 500, and they were hoping for one more game, but they ran into a really good Anoka team who's had a great season.
This will be the 5th consecutive win for Anoka over Centennial, that last win. And there you get a look at Dreesen, senior, getting his medal. The rest of the Centennial and the Cougar squad here. High scorer today for game high, Tristan Hansen. He had 18 for these Cougars. A junior coming back.
Yeah, Hansen was good. Hansen scored. He scored a few threes underneath, swatted about 4 or 5 away, Joe. I'm not sure what it was, but that kid was really good for Centennial today.
Hosfield there, you see a senior at 6'4". And here's a kid, a freshman who was impressive out there today, and Bryant Richardson, a 6'4" freshman, played well defensively, and announcing the managers of the team here.
Yeah, really nice job. They got to be proud of themselves over at Centennial, taking home that second place trophy. And like you said, they got some young talent, and they'll be back next year.
Led by head coach Spencer Waldvogel.
Well, Coach Jefferson's got to be elated, putting all the time and effort into this team and getting the payoff right now and being able to go downtown next week. I guess I'm not sure where that first game's at.
And there's the Section 7 runner-up trophy to Centennial. I want to say that first one is at Target Center.
Williams Arena is always fun, too. It's old, but it's cool.
There's Anoka being awarded first place.
Yeah, all the players are going to go up and pick up those gold medals and then that trophy. And that's the best part, picking up that trophy, at the end. It's pretty special for these kids and for the coaches.
Get a look at Hibbler, a senior. Always that motor. And then Brody Lackinen, he'll be back, a junior. Beckway.
Yeah, it'll be interesting who they run into and what kind of seed they get in the state tournament. With a 23-6 record, I'm guessing they're probably going to be right in the middle there, 4-5, in a game that anybody can win. You don't run into one of those big top-notch teams. The only problem for Anoka is they don't have a lot of size. You can't go up against that 6'8", 6'9", 7-foot kid that can play, or they're going to give you some problems. But they get teams their size, and they can play with anybody. And you know what? You run against those big teams, and Anoka will be just fine.
So awards presented to Podani. There's Borchers. That's Cole Borchers.
Boy, he looks just like his brother, doesn't he?
Does.
He's a big kid, too.
Absolutely. I had Podani earlier and Buckheat. Teams exchanging congratulations. The Centennial team coming out. What a special day here for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, the crowd staying around for both of these teams tonight, as they should.
Puente with 8 points. Fun to watch him
explode. Yeah, he played well. He played well tonight.
Some key rebounds coming off the bench in that first half.
And you're going to hear this name, Colton Johnson, 8th grade. I'll tell you what, when I was in 8th grade, I weighed about 85 pounds and was about 5'2". That kid's 6'4" and 225.
Assistant coach is being awarded. section championship individual medals.
They got the shirts already.
In his 4th season. Head coach Jesse Jefferson, congratulations. Really put together a good collaborative, close team. And as a reward and the result of all that work, congratulations to the Anoka Tornadoes. 2025 Section 7 4A section champions and on their way to the state tournament. Their first trip in 32 years, and that, Pete, has got to feel unbelievable.
Yeah, that's really a good thing. It's a great team for this great thing for this basketball team, and a really great thing for the school that they'll get a chance to watch their team in the state basketball tournament.
I know head coach Jefferson had said, hey, can you guys, I want to see us cutting those nets down. We're going to play so well. I want to see us reward, and for at least some of us being able to watch on camera, getting that net cut down for this section win if we play well enough, and they did. They played extremely well as the ladder is set underneath the net here.
Well, I hope it's in the budget. The Phi Ed budget, if they cut that down. Being an old Phi Ed teacher, you only get so many of those nets, but they definitely deserve it.
Yeah, easier that than the rim. Hey, we're going to take our vote. We're going to say thanks everyone for joining us. Congratulations, the Anoka Tornadoes. An impressive win. They win by 12, 57-49 over Centennial. They advance to the state tournament next week. Downtown Minneapolis. Say an impressive day. Centennial, congrats on their season as they advance to the section finals. Did not quite get over the top. They end their season 15-14. Meanwhile, for Anoka, congrats. They end their regulars or their section after section championship 23-6, and the section championship is theirs to have. Hey, congrats and thanks to the whole team here with us as well. Ryan in the truck, along with Pete Hayes on color, the great camera work. I'm Joe Rulin. Thanks for joining us, and have yourself a major league evening at a minor league price. Go Tornadoes!